I didn't particularly like this one. Marco returns to St. Olga's along with Star and Ponyhead, reminder that at St. Olga's, he is still known as Princess Marco Turdina. And even though he inspired all the princesses there to take charge of their situation, he does feel like it's time to come clean with them that he's not actually a princess. However, when he sees just how much they revere him, it starts to go to his head and he continues to play along with the idea that he's this entirely different person. Not just the fact that he's a boy and not a girl, and not just the fact that he's not the heir to any throne, but the fact that he's an organized, rule-abiding person. I mean, obviously he's loosened up a little bit during his time he's spent best friends with Star, but he still believes that structure has a place. And I hope this episode was going to serve to bring that up and restore some semblance of structure to St. Olga's, because obviously what Hernândez was doing there was a problem. Right? She was oppressive in the worst kind of way. And even draining the life force from the princesses there, was that something we got in the original episode, or is that just something that happened here? Was that revealed here, or did I just forget about it? Anyway, her way of going about things was wrong, obviously. She took things too far, but unless all of these girls are planning to abdicate their thrones, they are going to have to take responsibility eventually. They're princesses. And while I agree with the sentiment that a princess doesn't have to fit in a mold, that there is room for individuality in this scenario, these girls should be learning how to be proper princesses without all of the oppression that Hernândez brought to the table. They shouldn't just be doing whatever they want. That's contrary to the overall message of this show, that people have to grow up and learn to take responsibility eventually. And the fact that it was brought up but not really addressed here makes me think they are going to address it in a later episode, so I'm okay with that. I just didn't like that this episode didn't really go anywhere. Hernândez shows up very, very briefly out of nowhere and reveals that Marco is a boy and isn't actually a princess. And I did like the reaction of the crowd of St. Olga's students. They accepted him for who he was, because of course they would. Because at its barest bones, what he said to them, what inspired them, is true. It does make sense. It is valid and valuable. But whereas Hernândez was taking the structure of things too far, now the students are taking it too far in the other direction. I don't know, I just felt like this could have been brought up and addressed all in the same episode rather than being brought up here and then not going anywhere. Could have been worse, obviously, but I just didn't think this episode was all that great. And certainly doesn't live up to even the lower quality of episodes this season so far. All that said, though, as per usual, I'd like to know, what did you guys think of this episode if you have seen it? Let's get discussion going in the comment section down below or over on my Discord. Link in the description. Either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.